There might be rum in this. I'm just saying there might be rum in this. All right. Can't do a sea painting without rum. So next week on Discovery Channel is Shark Week, and I've been thinking in my head for a couple of days now. I want to do something oceanic. I want to do something sharky, and it's just been kind of floating ideas in my head and stuff. And then the wife looks at me. I'm standing there in the kitchen an hour ago. 30 minutes ago, and I say, hey, I have no idea what I'm going to paint tonight. I can't think of anything. And out of the blue, she says, you should paint a mermaid. She didn't know I was thinking something oceany. That's just, out of the deep blue sea there. That just crops up. And so I thought, hey, that fits right in with the Shark Week thing. So, let's do it. Let's do a mermaid. So, take your headphones off. Hello and welcome to this week's episode of The Artistic Biker, live from Houston, America. Oh my God, don't even look back there. I've got to figure out some way. I need to put up a panel, something, so that you can't see that nonsense back there, because that's horrid. We're in the process of picking it up. It's actually going to get worse, because we're going to go to Oklahoma this weekend and get the remaining items that are of our belongings that are still in storage in Oklahoma, because the house burnt down. So we got to get all that stuff out so the guy can demolish it and get it out of the way. So so we're actually going to get some more stuff, but anyway. So not a whole lot to talk about this week. Let's just jump right into the painting. The kids are roaming around the neighborhood. My son's got hey, I need to zoom back out. My son has a little girlfriend in there playing with him, because her older sister is friends with girl 2, and so this needs to go someplace out of the way. Her older sister is friends with girl 2, and so she comes over with the older sister, and then she plays with my son. My son just loves the attention. That's awesome. I would too if I was his age. She's pretty. So I just put that out there for inspiration. I love drawing and painting octopuses and pretty girls and pizzas and stuff like that. So we're gonna paint in the book. What did we do last week? Oh, last week we painted a mini. Last week on the Artistic Biker Live, we where did I do it? I think I just shoved it in this box so that I could move on to something else this week. There it is. Putting stuff away, keeping stuff organized. That's just not my style. Okay, so last week we painted a miniature green viper. Good Lord. Miniature viper. Yay! I think it turned out pretty good. For considering how much time we spent on it, and the size and all that other stuff. I think it turned out pretty well. Had to draw a square on the table so that I knew where to keep it so it would stay on camera. That's probably a pretty good indication of how I need to keep things anyway. Hey, Pamela. What a combination. What combination. Oh, good Lord. You will still know it's there if I put a screen up. Oh, goodness. So, because of the stuff we're bringing down, we already have a storage unit, so we're probably going to get a bigger storage unit, which means that the bulk of the boxes over there are my wife's teaching lessons. From when she was a school teacher in Oklahoma, she taught in a Catholic school, and now she teaches in Tejas down here in Houston, America, at a public school, and all of her lesson plans involve the love of Jesus. And as wonderful as that is, it's not something that she can talk about in public school, and so she has an issue with being able to use those lesson plans. See this mess over here. This is just because we're lazy. But she has an issue with using those lesson plans because you can't talk about religion in public school. And so she wants to keep them because they have good ideas, but she has to rework them to make them usable in the public school. If you or someone you know is a Catholic school teacher who teaches art in the Catholic school, reach out to me, blade@artisticbiker.com. My wife has some awesome lesson plans. She was an award-winning art teacher in Oklahoma in the Catholic school system. They always talked about how great she was, and the teachers that got her kids, because she taught pre-K through 8, the teachers that got her kids bragged about how when her kids came into the room at the beginning of the school year, they had to wait for everybody else to catch up to them. And so because she just was that good and that advanced at teaching the kids what they needed to know. And anyway, so if you're a Catholic school teacher or you know one that needs some lesson plans, give us a shout and I'll see if I can get her to share with you. Just say, hey, have you got anything that talks about Boo? And she'll go, oh yeah, I have 20 lesson plans about Boo, what grade levels, blah, 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 blah. You know, and then she just goes into teacher talk, which, you know. But she's an amazing teacher, so she probably has something for you. Let me dry this real quick, and we'll take a little break, and we'll be right back. You know we don't really go anywhere. I don't even know if I can edit this out. What I really want to be able to do is edit it out and play my bumper videos. Hey, Jack. Bubble there. That bubble is because the paper on the other side that's glued to it left the bubble. So with it warm, maybe we can press it out. This is not helping my situation with the heat. It is, you know, they talk on the television about heat index and talk on the radio about heat index and stuff like that. And I usually just laugh at them because I know what that is. That's to make me feel like it's warmer than it actually is, so that we can talk about global warming and all that other stuff. But the truth of the matter is it is warm. Oh my goodness, it is warm. It is warm and it is humid here, and it's not going to stop being warm and humid anytime real soon. And so I'm trying to figure out how to get air conditioning in here. I've been watching videos on the best way to get... Salt shaker still out here? I've been trying to figure out the best way to get air conditioning, how to cut a hole in the wall. Hey, Galena. Trying to figure out how to cut a hole in the wall the most effective way, without having to involve the homeowners association. Because I think that would be bad. Well, that was a lot of paint. I didn't want that much paint. I gotta get cheapskatey and put some of that paint back. There we go. That's better. I didn't need that much paint. Put just a hint of red down here and maybe a little bit of black right there in the corner. All right. Just like that. And then, let's see what happens. Take just a little bit of alcohol. There. I think that's going to be a fine background. Let's dry that real quick. There's my mom. Hi, Mom. No, Glee and I don't have a window. I have a portable AC. I'm just gonna put a dryer vent in. Just a little 4-inch hole for a dryer vent. You gonna stay with us? What? What'd you say? We can't talk while I'm using the hairdryer.
I know.
I called my mom so she can run production from Houston. Are you going or from Oklahoma? Are you going to be able to run production tonight?
Yeah.
Are you okay? You didn't expect me to call you, did you?
No, I didn't. I was looking up the temperature.
It's hot.
It's only 95 where you are.
Yeah, but the humidity is 420,000 billion. You're in a dry heat.
Yeah, right.
You know, they always say that it's a dry heat. Well, it's dry in an oven, but a turkey still bakes, right? Under the sea, darling, it's wetter down with, darling, it's better down where it's wetter, take it from me. I can't believe that made it into a children's movie. Sorry, Pamela French is singing it in the chat room and it got me singing along with her. I can't hear you, I'm hair drying. What?
I know. I have to get my cord now.
Okay. Oh, because you have too many speakers going. I need blue watercolors. Where, oh, where are you tonight? Why did you leave me here all
Here all
alone?
alone.
I searched the world over and thought I found true love. You met another and you were gone.
I'm sure they wanted to hear that.
Y'all didn't think I was old enough to remember that kind of stuff, did you? I need blue watercolors.
Well, I know where they sell it.
Well, there's some in the house, but I don't have anybody. You want to sing to them while I run in the house and get the blue watercolors?
No, I'm not going to sing.
What?
Jack can.
Jack can
Jack's on the
sing.
speakerphone.
Jack can sing.
I know.
This is too bright. I'm going to add a little. I'm going to wet this down again. I'm going to put a thin layer of blue on top of it, and just we're going to make this where it's not quite so bright. So I put, for it, if you were wondering, I put a little bit of just a little drop of shampoo and conditioner in my water. Just a little drop of shampoo and conditioner in my water, and what that does is it breaks the water up and lets the water sit on acrylic pages. It makes the. Oh, I may not have to add any. There's enough paint there in the corner. No, I need to add a little. But it lets the water sit on top of the pages so that instead of just beating up. It won't last long though, so. Mom, you need a headset or something. I can hear me.
I've got my headset on. I don't know what to do here. Okay.
You got.
I guess I just have to take the headset off.
Well, you have to turn the speaker off on your computer.
That's the television.
Oh, because my dad's watching.
No, your dad couldn't. You weren't on yet, and his eyes crossed and he laid down.
Okay.
I got you. Like that.
Oh, that's so much better.
See, I'm busy trying to figure out how I can work on my project and still read the chat. So I have to pick it up.
Just that little bit of blue subdued that enough to do what I want to do. Now you know I'm hair drying again and I can't hear you. What? Mother? Mother? Mother?
I'm walking around.
Are you listening to me through the lag or are you listening to me through the phone?
Well, in the phone, you're current.
Right?
With the lag, but on the computer, no.
You shouldn't be
You're
listening.
way late.
You shouldn't be listening to both. I don't know what you're saying. I can hear that you were talking. I can't hear what you were saying. I can hear that you were talking. What? What?
Okay, I'm going to get rid of the headphones.
It's okay.
That's all I can figure out that's wrong.
Okay.
One moment.
Hey, Carol, all I did was I have some water with some shampoo in it. Carol's in the chat room asking what I had just put on the page. I had some water with some shampoo, not cat poo, Galena. Shampoo and conditioner. This stuff, Suave shampoo and conditioner. I usually put a drop of that in my water. My water's hot. My paint water is hot, and I put just a drop or two of shampoo and conditioner. I've had this same bottle now for going on 2 years, so that tells you how little I actually use of it. It's just a couple of drops, and all that does is it makes the water break up so that it will. It's all soap does is make water wetter. That's from a chemistry point of view, all soap does is make water wetter. So when you add a little shampoo to the water, it makes the water stick to your hair, to your body, and then it allows the water to have to pick dirt off. The other thing that allows the water to do is allows the water to sit on a shiny surface without beating up. So when you have acrylic paint all over your page like this, you can put that shampoo, you can put that water on your page, and it'll sit on your whole page. Then when you add just a little touch of color, you can spread that color around, and it'll blend into the water, so you don't get harsh lines and stuff. That's why I wet the page to begin with, is so everything will spread and flow smoothly when I run the brush over it. Otherwise, the brush would dry out, and I'd have a patch of red, and I'd have a patch of this, and I'd have a patch of that, and I still have that because I wanted that effect. I just barely did it, but when I went over to with the other blue to subdue it, I used a touch of blue paint. And also, there was some purple paint here in the crease of the book that I was able to capitalize on as well. Woo. So, let's see here. So next week is Shark Week on the Discovery Channel. If you didn't catch that part, why we're doing an ocean scene to begin with. And for me, I've got a 12-year-old girl. And a 28-year-old son, and a 25-year-old daughter, and an 8-year-old son, and all of them love sharks. And so the idea of doing a shark page for Shark Week, we're going to be watching a lot of Shark Week in our house next week, and I guarantee you my daughter's going to be glued to it. But that's not my favorite part of Shark Week. My favorite part of Shark Week is on Sci-Fi. There'll be a new Sharknado, and if you're not familiar, to me, I just think Sharknado is hilarious, and so much so that I use it in my safety briefings at work. When we do a presentation in my day job, we're required to have a safety what's the word I'm looking for there? Safety moment. Safety moment. There's always a safety moment in every presentation we do. We're required to have a safety moment. And so my safety moment now includes Sharknado, because we live next to the ocean here in Houston, and there are sharks in the ocean, and there are hurricanes and tornadoes. There have been hurricanes and tornadoes here, and so because of that, you have to watch out for Sharknado. And so I've included that in my safety presentation. And when I did it the first time, my vice president was like, "What?" and just started laughing. It was great. I think that's probably a pretty good shark right there. We're going to paint him in, and then we're going to subdue him a little bit because he's not the focus of the picture. Do I have any of these already cut up? I don't want to cut up another one. Apparently not. So yeah, the best part of Shark Week for me is not necessarily the fact that there's sharks on Discovery Channel. The best part of Shark Week for me now is Shark Week. What did you learn, Pamela, about the putting shampoo in the water to make the paint flow smoother? to make the, so you can wet the acrylic pages? This is acrylic paper. I buy a pad of acrylic paper so I can give the kids something to use as a canvas to paint on. But then after they use it up, usually they just put one little tiny thing on it and they say, okay, I'm done, and then run off. Then I can take them and make squares and use the squares as a palette. The mermaid has a pet shark. No, I'm just putting the shark in the background. There's a... I don't even know if I should talk about that. That's just wrong. There's a commercial about Shark Week, like where they're lowering the seal into the water to set it free, and while they're lowering the seal in the water, the shark jumps up out of the water and eats the shark, or eats the seal to because it's Shark Week, you know. It's not a good week to be a seal. There was a feminine. I'm not gonna go into detail, but there's a feminine hygiene commercial about Shark Week. Look that one up. I'm not going into detail on that, but it's the kind of stuff that we joke about all week long because it's Shark Week.
Where is everybody?
What do you mean?
Your family.
They are, well, Junior's in the house entertaining his little girlfriend, so he can't be bothered with art right now. That's you know, we can't be hanging out with Dad. That's not what
She's new in the neighborhood.
No, she's not new to the neighborhood. You know her. Her sister is friends with Girl 2, and so when her sister comes over to play with Girl 2, then she comes over to play with Junior.
Ah.
And he has an affinity for pretty little girls. I don't know where this comes from. I don't know where he picked that up, but it is pretty funny that his interest in pretty little girls is like that.
And where's your granddaughter?
She's keeping them honest.
Oh, okay. Saves you running up and down the stairs.
It does.
Oh my.
And then Girl 2 is out with the other sister. And so, like I said, they're all too grown up and sophisticated to be spending all their time with Dad in the garage painting. I had to run them out of the garage because this is where they were all hanging out.
Ah.
And I had to run them out of here so that I could do my show. I'm spending as much time painting this shark as I would if the shark were the premise of the show, because it is, I guess it is Shark Week, and it's funny because I just wanted this to be a kind of a background. We'll get to the details in a minute. We just have to get the color scheme down right now. Can't talk. Arting.
Artie. Are you packed?
I'm a man, so I don't do that until we're not going to leave until about 9:30 in the morning. So I'll do that about 9:15.
I don't know how you're going to leave that early when your meeting is at 8:30.
Because they're supposed to be ready for me to go when we come home, right?
Okay.
I'm going to go to the meeting. I know you're laughing. That's horrible. I'm going to go to my meeting, and then I'll come home from my meeting, and then we'll get right in the car and head straight to Oklahoma. Oh, you're mean.
I know. It's on my first day out. I'll trade you. We have to be at the VA in Oklahoma City at 8 o'clock. Yay.
Does that look at all like a shark?
What?
I said, does that look at all like a shark? I need some of that white paint that I was being stingy with a while ago.
It's a background, remember? You're going to cover it up anyway.
Yeah, I know, but I still want it to look like a shark.
I know.
I just...
You are known to take extreme pain at the background and then just paint over it.
Right.
It was quiet in the chat room.
A fairly happy shark, Jack says.
Yep. Yep.
A fairly happy shark. Happy little sharks.
I wonder why I had such a lag in tonight when the other night I didn't have one.
I don't know.
I'm going to make it where I don't have lag.
I don't know.
Here's a happy shark.
That was ridiculous right there. Much better. Much better.
How did...
Can't... What?
No, I would need to ask Jack something. He can't hear me.
Oh, and Jack was asking me about the size of my air conditioner. Actually, Jack, my air conditioner runs constantly. I think it's undersized for the house, and it's a 1970s model. So I'm pretty sure that my air conditioner needs to be replaced anyway. But I can't. I'm not allowed to. Homeowners Association won't allow me to build the garage in. So I don't just want to run a duct out here to the garage. But I have a portable air conditioner that I had at the studio, and then I have my dad. What, Mom? And then I have my dad that is an air conditioner specialist that can help me with all that other stuff. But I'm just going to drill a little 4-inch hole in the wall. Don't tell my wife. Just keep it a secret between us. And but I'm gonna drill a little 4-inch hole in the wall, and then hook that portable air conditioner up. Yeah, Ustream, they're in the chat room talking about how much better YouTube is than Ustream. Ustream always had a horrible lag. And you know, we can get mad at them if we want to, but it was a free service, and it served us for a long time, and they did a, you know, I can't get too mad at them. But they finally decided that there was they had no market. They didn't want to be in the free broadcasting market anymore, and so they decided to start charging. And what they decided to start charging was way more than I was willing to pay. And so here we are today doing something different. So we liked Ustream for as long as we got to use it, though. It was they did pretty good. They did a pretty good job. They had a pretty good service, but they were ridiculous on their price when they decided to start charging. They were like $90 a month. They didn't say $90 a year. If they'd said $90 a year, I probably would have done it. But $90 a month, I'm just not down with that.
It was a good learning platform for us.
It was. We did Ustream for a long time, and we enjoyed it.
Yeah. You know, we got to, first name basis with the gremlins and first name basis with the bots, and
had to beg for forgiveness a couple of times for showing nudity, and
yeah. But it was a good learning platform for us. It served us well. No, you see what Carol Bow said?
About what?
No sea hags. A pretty mermaid, please.
I thought all mermaids were pretty.
That's because you make them gingers.
All mermaids should be gingers.
No. I guess Ariel is, isn't she? The only mermaid I know. Okay, so if I do this splotch test on your palette where your paint is right now, I see an eagle.
Oh yeah?
You see the dark are his wings, and then you've got his white tail feathers.
Are you doing Rorschach tests? Are you?
No, it just crossed my mind when I saw it. And I had just watched the video on Facebook of that eagle flying real low, getting the fish out of the water.
Yeah? Did you see the one where he picked up the toddler?
No, that's not funny.
It's not true either, but
that's terrible. You're terrible.
Let me dry this real quick. This kind of looks too dolphin-y to me. Oh, that helped. Yeah, that helped a lot. Interbreeding. A dolphin whale. Everyone knows the king of the sea. No one you see is smarter than he. And you know Flipper, Flipper, Flipper mates with the shark. What? No, that's not right. Alright, let's see here. What do we want to do here? Alright, everybody put your masks on. You want to make sure during this part you got your mask on. It's really important that you don't breathe the fumes when you do spray paint. Got away from me. And you know fur. Alright, make sure you have your mask on. I may have to open a window. No, that's not what I want. Where's my primer? Where's my primer? There's my primer. Ooh, this can is warm. It's not supposed to be warm. There we go. That'll work. Whew. Hang on a second. We got a vent. Whew. Need to let that set up anyway. Whew. Okay. Let that vent for a minute while we continue on. Alright, where are we? So we have sharks in the background. That satisfies the Shark Week part of our video. Let's see. Where am I? What am I doing? This isn't what I wanted to do at all. Where is my camera? I want to make sure I'm on the right camera. I want to make sure I can see the chat. Thank you. You go and you click one thing and everything just moves, and now all of a sudden you can't see anything that's going on. And so let's see here. If I were to, I don't want to just confine her to this little bitty spot. I should have done the shark smaller, but maybe I put her over here. Let's see if I can. Well, no, then everything's on this side. What do you think? Right down here in this little spot, or just let's just do what we were going to do anyway. Put the sharks are in the background. Leave them. Just let them be in the background. So. Now on YouTube, on Ustream, I would have to put seashells on her. I think on YouTube I just have to not put nipples.
Her tail can go under the shark.
There you go. Intertwined. It's a family program.
That's what Leanne said. So you can hear me with this? You can hear me talk now?
Yeah.
Okay. That's interesting. That's not nice, Jack.
What'd Jack say?
He knows our family. He knows your family.
Oh, that it's a family show?
Yeah.
Let's see, I'm trying to remember. It's hard. It's still hard for me to paint from memory. I'm trying to remember if she's leaning forward. I guess the head should go this way.
Yellow.
Hey, boy.
What you doing?
Painting.
I
What are you
think
doing?
that's girl too.
Hi,
No.
Granny.
Boy two.
Huh?
Said boy two. Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I don't know how to show him to you. He ran off. That's not going to make any sense. All right. I probably could have done that on another piece of paper and just put that whole thing down on there. Probably would have been better off. So let's start with some white because the rest of the colors probably aren't going to be all that opaque. I see his wheels turn. The problem is, Leanne, can you hear can you smell the smoke? That's the real question is can you smell the smoke? Can't talk. Harding. Can you hear them? They're getting hungry. They're fighting, starting to fight. Not my babies. My babies would never do that.
Mom at work.
Say again, all before over.
Is Mom at work?
Yes. Should be home in a little bit. They're having car issues. My, look there, look at there.
Can I paint with you?
I can't set you up right now, sweetie.
Can I paint with you? Please.
I already said no, so saying please doesn't help, but I appreciate your manners.
It's fun using this.
Oh my goodness. I appreciate you using your manners, though. Let's say hi to all the people because we're broadcasting. Say hi to Granny.
Hi, Granny.
Say it loud. She can't hear you.
Hi, Granny.
Hi. How are you doing tonight?
Good. And tomorrow I'm going to come with you.
Oh, you are? Am I going to get to see you?
Yeah? And
Oh, I
Quinn and
can't
Willow.
wait.
Quinn and Willow, too.
We don't use names on the internet, baby. All right, I think that's probably going to work for what I want to do. You can't even see what I'm doing.
No. That's what you see the baby.
Let me draw that real quick. I used to have a producer. She'd watch what I was doing. She'd tell me if I was. Hey, sweetheart, I need you to move. I need to shut that door.
Ears, and you're not weird. You're not seeing your painting. No, we're not.
We are at a time of the day when the sun is beating right into the garage. If I leave the garage door open, the sun is right on my back. So I had to shut the door. Who knew my green paint wasn't open? Tells you how long it's been since I've used green paint. I like to buy, this is spectral green. I like to buy the spectral colors. A lot of times I'll mix my secondaries and tertiaries up on my own, but for consistency, sometimes it's nice just to have some paint to use. So yeah, we're going, what she was alluding to is that we're going to Oklahoma. Yeah, babe. What? Come here and say hi to Granny.
Hi, Granny.
They can't see you. Come here.
Hi, sweetheart.
You can't see me. Where? Hello.
Now they can see you. Sing something.
They have a lag, so.
Just like that, she's gone. So yeah, we're going to Oklahoma. We found a buyer for my burnt up house, and I don't want to give him time to think about it. Guy said he's willing to. Not. I was willing to. I was desperate. I didn't know what I was willing to do, but I was happy that we were able to find somebody who wanted to purchase it for development. So he's going to pay me, and then he's going to demolish what's left of the house. And then we are going to be completely free of that mess. And then the only thing we have left to do is get my mom and my dad and my grandmother moved down here. That would be awesome. Can't wait for that to happen. Oh yeah, she's going to be a teenager. The next time you see her, she'll be a teenager. Her birthday's next Wednesday. So the next time you see her, she'll be a teenager. That's a scary thought, isn't it?
Well, that's weird.
See, right there is where Ustream would have kicked us off. Ustream would have said, nope, no nudity. I wonder, on Mermaids, how do they distinguish who's going to be, you know, in all the cartoons and everything, you always see a mermaid wearing shells over their breast. How do they determine, you know, who's going to be food, who's going to be a friend, like, you know, Sebastian? How do they determine who's going to be food, who's going to be a friend, who's going to be a bra? You know, I'm asking for a friend. Just a touch of blue. Or I'll tell you what, how about some red? Let's do red. It doesn't take anywhere near that much red. I'll tell you, another trick you can do is you can add just a drop of dish soap to your acrylics. Dawn dish soap. If you add just a drop of dish soap to your acrylics, it'll slow the drying time on your acrylics. I haven't done that to these yet. but I need to.
You holding your breath?
I'm holding my tongue. You gotta hold your tongue just right. I'm still kind of waiting for Ustream to kick us off. You know? So then we have to do there's a lag. Hasn't caught up yet. See, I think this is from my Tuesday night class. I wish if Ricks could get some mermaids in there, some gingers in there, that'd be flipping awesome. Jack's in the chat room, I have the strangest craving for a fish sandwich right now. You're terrible, Jack. You understand that while I know that when you look at me you see this refined and dignified adult, on the inside I'm still a 13-year-old boy. And those kind of comments just make me giggle. Ooh, this is tough. I should probably switch to a line brush. I'm not going to, but I probably should.
Well, I lost my chat.
Jack says laundry's done. He heard the chime go off.
Huh?
Jack heard the dryer go off.
Oh, yeah. But I got my chat.
I don't know what happened to your chat.
Oh, here it is. Wow, why is it way down here? I do not know what is happening here. Oh, well. Made me forget what I was going to say. Oh.
I gotta move to a smaller brush. Time to move into a smaller brush. Once you move to the small brushes, though, you can. That's how you know you're getting close to done. Is when you move to the small, get close to finish. Is when you move to the small brushes. Where's my ink brush? That's what I need, is my brush pen. I'm about ready for that anyway. Let's do that. Where is my brush pen? Oh, I took it to art the other night. Hang on. Be right back. Ah! I don't know if I've ever told you guys this, but I love my brush pen. It's flippin' awesome. Mine's a simple little water brush pen that I filled with fountain pen ink. And I just love my brush pen. I don't know if I've ever told you guys that before. I hear my mom typing furiously, so something must be going on. Yeah.
Do you know where little boy is?
No, he was in the house. I don't know. He came through. Can you see? I don't know if I'm holding my head out of the way or not.
We can see.
Okay.
You're down in the bottom right-hand corner of the screen, and then your book is in the middle and up.
Okay.
Have you seen Quinn?
Nope.
He's hiding from her.
He's not in the box.
He might be. This is where we get kicked off of Ustream. But we're not on Ustream anymore. So we can be a bit more flamboyant.
not having the ads.
Well, hey, you might want to shut the door. Everybody can hear you disciplining the children. I love you. I'm painting pictures of you. Of all the women I've slept with this year, in the last 20-something years, she's my favorite. There we go. I like that. Now, where's my tiny brush? I had a tiny brush. What'd I do with it? Did you guys see where I put the tiny brush? It's not in paint, water. I don't think I put it back. I may have put it back. I didn't think I did. Did I drop it? Hang on. I found it. Alright. How are we doing on time? Oh, good Lord, it's 10 till 8. We need to start wrapping this up. Oh, goodness. Had no idea it was this late. Spent a lot of time on that shark, though. Probably didn't subdue it anywhere near as much as I should have. Can't talk. Already with the tiny brush.
Anybody send easels?
Yes. I have an easel from Pamela.
Yes.
Do mermaids have belly buttons? What do you guys think?
You're only in one ear.
I can't hear you. What?
No, you're only in one ear. I don't have the.
It's not in stereo?
Well, you know, my stereo, there's seconds between one ear and the other. I don't say anything. Do you not go there? Somehow I lost my ears.
Do mermaids have belly buttons? What do you think?
Yeah, with rubies in them. I don't know.
You think mermaids have belly buttons with rubies in them? Jack says no. Carol says no. You think they're hatched? Did Adam and Eve have belly buttons?
Oh, he's getting scientific now. I bet when I moved it to the TV screen, I lost the sound off of the computer. Of course, that's what happens.
Jack says that they're obviously reproduced by spawning.
if I'd have the TV on, we can hear it.
Jack says that they're obviously reproduced by spawning, so no belly buttons.
Now, they're like tadpoles. That's what Leanne says.
That just opens a whole lot of doors.
Don't even go there. So next week is Shark Week?
Yeah, on Discovery Channel, yes.
Okay. Carol says it's magic.
Really? I was sure it had something to do with sex. I like that. Chicken of the sea. Chick of the sea? The lower half is fish. I've always thought that was kind of awkward. I thought that was exactly backwards of what would have been useful. I'm just going to leave that there. We need a mermaid quote or a Shark Week quote. Let's see if we have a. Let's go to the big book of 2,548 best things anybody ever said, and let's see if there's a shark quote. There are lots of quotes on sex. Sharks 1840. This is a handy little book to have around. If you have to give a lot of presentations, there are 350 varieties of shark, not counting lone and pool. I don't think that's going to work for us. Let's try mermaids. Let's see what we have, not counting lone and pool. No, nothing about mermaids. That's crazy. How about sea? I bet there's lots of quotes about the sea. Nope. Huh. We could quote him biting my tongue. Leanne's biting her tongue. That's pretty magical. Oh, let's see here. What's the best tuna? Chicken of the sea. I like that. I'm going with that. It's a bad week to be a seal. No, we got to come up with something. Look at me, messing with the sharks. Doo-doo-doo. I don't know what to put on there. Looking forward to Shark Week. Happy Shark Week. There we go. I'm just going to do that. Happy Shark Week. It's just not a journal page if you don't journal.
You are mermaiding.
I'm what?
See what Leanne put. You are mermaiding.
Mermazing.
Carol says, sorry, big boy, you are not my type.
He's got his nose under her arm, it looks like.
Siren of the sea.
What's the best tuna? Now see, that song just gets stuck in my head now. Chicken of the sea.
Oh, he's scarred for life.
Who's scarred for life?
The shark. Oh, he's supposed to be background, isn't he?
Yeah, he's supposed to be way in the background. We didn't do a very good job. I probably could obscure him a little more, just so he doesn't look like he's under her arm. A little bit of atmospheric perspective. That's what the spray paint was for, was atmospheric perspective.
Call me on my cell phone, I'll be mermaiding. Jack said man-eater and some sharks.
Hey, I just met you, and this is crazy, but here's my number. So call me Mermaid. No. That's not right. I need that to be really pointy. Really pointy. I'd probably even go with a smaller brush. All right.
Jack's leaving.
Yeah, I'm calling it done. I'm gonna dry that. We'll go around the letters with the brush pen. Hey, good night, Jack. Thanks for dropping by, man. That's brilliant, Jack. That's brilliant. Jack said in the chat room, here's a man-eater and some sharks. Mermaids don't lose sleep over the opinion of shrimp. Where was that quote 10 minutes ago? Oh goodness, Leanne. Where was that quote 10 minutes ago? Mermaids don't lose sleep over the opinions of shrimp. Over the opinions of shrimp. That is an awesome quote. I'm teaching my kids that one.
Because I'm the killer whale trainer, and you're not.
That was such a great vacation.
It was wonderful.
You know, I still use that phrase. So we went to SeaWorld, and they were doing them. They were mocking the whale trainers. This was the seal show, and they were mocking the whale trainers. And she was talking about how she got to swim They had a seal out there pretending he was one of the whales, and she was dressed up like a seal, like a whale trainer, like a killer whale trainer. And she said, why do I get to do this? Because I'm the killer whale trainer and you're not. My life is so perfect because I'm the killer whale trainer and you're not. And so that became our mantra whenever we told the kids to do something. Why? Because I'm the killer whale trainer and you're not. I'm writing that in the book, by the way.
That was with the worms.
Yep. Let's see. I wonder if I can write that.
Some of them could say their names.
No, it doesn't work with a white pencil. I have a brand new white jelly pen. I don't know where it went. I guess I could try and use. Let me see if I can find my brand new white jelly pen. Hang on. Hey, do you know where that brand new white jelly pen is? What's on the table?
Hello, peoples. I just came in to see what my father is drawing. That is beautiful. Hi, Granny.
Hi, sweetheart. How are you tonight?
Great.
Good.
Well, girl 2 is running up to get it from her room. She bought a package of them and I stole one. She's going to get it from her room. Otherwise, we're done. After that, I'm calling this finished. I could sit here, tweak it, and continue to mess with it. Continue to add details here and there that I probably don't need to be adding. Here we go. Thank you, ma'am. They found a really cool quote for us that I just couldn't pass up. Mermaids don't waste their time with the opinions of shrimp. I thought that was...
mermaids don't lose sleep.
Mermaids don't lose sleep over the opinions of shrimp. What do you think about that?
Okay,
That's brilliant.
okay then.
So I'm putting it right there.
Okay.
What do I have to do to make this pen work?
It doesn't. It doesn't.
Yeah, you just have to get the ink to flow. So,
What is? You should make this even, dude. You
mermaids
want me to make it even?
don't lose sleep over... Hey, you guys need to go eat. Your mom, you guys left your mom in there at the table all by herself.
We already ate.
Yeah, but your mom's sitting in there at the table all by herself. Don't lose sleep over the opinions
Oh, sweet,
of
sweet, sweet.
shrimp.
Ah.
That's brilliant. I'm glad we found that one. Okay. The only other thing I'm going to do to this is I'm going to put some clear coat on it. You don't have it even. You're cutting it and you're not keeping it even. You know, it would almost be better for you just to mark it with a pencil and then come back and cut them one at a time. Here we go.
You didn't want me to turn on my mask.
Okay, the clear coat, especially when you use student grade acrylics, the clear coat makes them look fresh and wet again, so they maintain their brightness. Pamela J. French is in the chat room. Have you noticed that in the Oklahoma Panhandle, when the wind stops blowing, the trees look like it's still blowing hard? Pamela, I'll give you one more than that. In Oklahoma, the prevalent winds are from the south. The Gulf Stream are the prevalent winds. And if you'll notice, the vast majority of the trees, it's not always true, but the vast majority of the trees in Oklahoma lean to the north. So if you're ever lost, look and see which direction the trees are leaning. The vast majority of them are leaning to the north because the wind has blown so hard, so long that they all lean north. That's pretty crazy. I noticed that a long time ago. Oh, let's see. Jack's gone. Carol said, same to you, Jack. Oh, Jack said, have a good evening. And Carol said, same to you, Jack. So she wasn't being mean.
Finished.
And nobody likes a dull mermaid. That's right, Leanne. You put the clear coat on there so that it stands out because nobody likes a dull mermaid. Guys, thank you so much. I'll give you the last parting shot. So, because it was Shark Week, I wanted to do something oceanic. Actually, next week is Shark Week, but by the time I do the show next week, Shark Week will be over. So I wanted to have this up in time for Shark Week. And so, happy Shark Week. Here's a man-eater and some sharks. And then way up there in the corner, mermaids don't lose sleep over the opinions of shrimp. I think that's brilliant. So, guys, thank you so much for joining me. I look forward to this every week. This is my favorite night of the week when I get to art with my besties. Be sure and tune in next week, same Artistic Biker time, same Artistic Biker channel. And then we dance. And we dance until somebody says, are you going to dance? Because they can see you. All they can see are your boobs. I painted a picture of you, did you see? I painted a picture of you as a mermaid. So we dance. We dance until somebody says that they see us dancing. That way. Wait, can we do the floss?
Oh my gosh.
Here, let me do it.
And then when somebody says they see us dancing, then we know the lag has caught up and we don't have to worry about. Okay, Mom says we're dancing. So peace out, yo.
Peace out, everyone.